It looks like the Georgia Bulldogs hit a massive home run. In fact, you could say they hit the jackpot with incoming freshman running back Bo Walker. Now, if you're someone who doesn't follow recruiting, this is a great example of why you should. He was a low 4-star, maybe a mid 4-star guy. I think other outlets may have had him as a 3-star running back, but he's a guy that kind of flew under the radar in Georgia's 2025 class. Was at Cedar Grove High School in the metro Atlanta area, was dominant there, had to transfer, had to sit out a little bit, ended up at Rabun Gap High School up in North Georgia, but it doesn't matter. The kid can absolutely play. He was severely underranked from everything we've gathered in Athens because people are raving about this young running back, not only, since he got to campus, but even after this past spring scrimmage, practice, whatever you want to call it. Every time I reach out to someone, it's, hey, Bo Walker's the real deal, right? Now, he's not the biggest, not the fastest guy, but he is a fantastic athlete. He's a fantastic baseball player. He ran track. The guy can play. He's got a muscular, compact frame, breaks a lot of tackles, and is fast. I wouldn't call him like an elite track star, but he runs really well. I think he's in the mid-10s in the 100-meter. I mean, the kid can really run at someone 200-plus pounds, but it's the vision. It's the ability to learn and work. He's got a great work ethic. He competes really hard at practice. And he's a guy that, we keep hearing week by week during this spring that he's just getting better, right? They were really impressed and happy with him when he got there. The way he's working and his drive and him just getting out there and giving everything he has, every rep in practice. That's how you win over the staff. And apparently the kid's turning heads. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be starting or anything like that. And I'm not saying that when the two guys ahead of him on the depth chart, well, there's multiple guys ahead of him, right? Just because he's the youngest. But, Roderick Robinson, Branson Robinson, you don't know what you're going to get from those guys who are still out. They're still coming back from an injury. So they haven't been doing much this spring. Now, Nate Frazier's the top dog, right? Nate Frazier is the guy, could be one of the best running backs in the SEC and possibly across the country. So that's your number one. But we keep hearing that, hey, Bo Walker's not super far behind him. Now, they do have Dwight Phillips Jr., who I still think it might be more of a gadget type. He's one of the fastest players in college football, but I don't know if he's a between the tackles inside type of runner. So he's not an every down back, more of a weapon than a running back. And Chauncey Bowens is fine. I think he's a good running back. I don't think he's electric. I don't think he's this game changer type. And I don't know if Bo Walker is just yet. I just keep hearing from everyone I talk to, is that, hey, that freshman they got, he's better than people thought. He's better than his ranking. He is a guy who is really going to impress. So I expect him to play this fall. There's no doubt about it. Guys are going to keep getting banged up, and we don't know if the two big bruisers, right, are going to be near 100% come the fall, right? I know it's 5 months away, but you never know. And I'm not saying he's going to get touches before Chauncey Bowens, but Bo Walker apparently is absolutely living up to the hype and has been, for a decent bit of the spring. And of course, you could read more of this over on Dawg Post. We've got some scrimmage notes, right? Some insider notes that we're not going to, completely share here on YouTube for free. We want to get you all over to the website because that's where the big insider notes are. I spoke with multiple parents who were in Athens on Saturday watching that practice/scrimmage. We've got a lot of notes to share. And again, Bo Walker is definitely a name to keep an eye on, but he's not the only freshman who is doing really well. I mean, we keep hearing about the tight ends. And if you're familiar with this channel, that's not going to surprise you at all. I've been talking about Ethan Barbour for a long, long time. I saw him play at Alpharetta. I saw him play at Milton. Just about every time I saw him play, he was the best player on the field. And he is a 4-star tight end. And I said countless times that the outlets out there who were doing the rankings it's criminal. The ranking that they gave him, he is so much better than where he's ranked. I don't even remember. I think he's barely in the top 200 on a couple of the outlets out there, some of the big name outlets. And I'm just thinking, what are they seeing? This kid is a baller. He is outstanding. And Ellis Williams is too. Elias Williams, Ellis Williams. I'll figure that out. I've heard both. And I'm awful with the names, and that's just me. That's where I got to get better. That's where I need to be elite, is getting the exact the names down. Some of them are tricky. But I got to get better. Anyway, Elias Williams, Ethan Barbour, they are as good as advertised. They were the two best tight end duo that anyone signed out of high school in that 25 class. And apparently they're just turning heads as well. They've got size, they've got speed, they've got ball skills. They are going to be big time players at Georgia. And one parent told me the tight end room is nuts. And you can see clearly why those two got offered and signed with Georgia. They are going to help that room immediately. I also heard that Jane Riddell, he's not a freshman, he's a sophomore. I heard that his blocking has improved tremendously. He is a pass catching machine. Love his build, love his athleticism. He's going to catch a lot of passes. He's going to catch some this fall. I hope you cannot hear my son banging on the door in the other room. He's supposed to be napping. He's not. You know, it is what it is. That's the dad life, so I apologize there. But Jane Riddell is he's a freak. He's a freak, and his blocking has really come on from what I've gathered. And then you've got Oscar and Lawson Lucky, the two kind of the leaders, right? The starters. But they are extremely talented behind them as well. Todd Robinson is a freshman that we continue to hear a little bit more and more about in the secondary. I think he's going to get opportunities to play both that star position, safety, maybe cornerback. Maybe he's incredibly athletic, one of the best pure athletes across the South and in the state of Georgia last year. I saw him play against Walton in the playoffs. He played quarterback, threw for 5 touchdowns, ran all over an impressive Walton defense. I was sold. I said, this kid's going to be very good in the secondary. He's a guy I continue to hear a lot about. And then Elijah Griffin. People, I think, are a little afraid to say how good they think he's going to be. Warren Brinson had no problem during Pro Day. He's like, that guy could be Jalen Carter. Like, that guy is elite. He was the top 5, top 3 prospect in the country. And people are saying he's doing really well. But I think everyone's a little too afraid to say what they really think. And I think what they really think is that this guy could be on his way to being one of the best defensive linemen in college football. Maybe not this year, but maybe in year 2 and year 3. Like, he is that good and just super athletic for a guy 290, 295. He's an interior guy who's just a game wrecker. He is going to demand a double team, and he's going to do it at not 320, 330 like a normal guy would in the middle. So he could move around a little bit on the defensive line. He could play on the edge in certain packages. He could play inside. He's just tremendous. And he's another guy that I continue hearing more and more about. But, you know, the guy that I think Georgia fans are going to really be surprised with is Bo Walker. Because, again, if you don't follow recruiting, you're probably thinking, who? We're used to 5 stars. We're used to 4-star running backs, the big guys. And I know this guy was a 3 to low 4-star on, you know, some of the rankings. So I think that is impressing a lot of people with the buzz that he's generated. I didn't think he would come in and make this type of buzz. I mean, hand up, I thought he was a good back. The kid can play. He does run well. He does break tackles. He can juke, you know, a defender out. He's got a little shake and bake to him, and a good athlete. I always heard that, you know, he did run track and he was really impressive there, but kid was a hell of a baseball player too. So he's got that natural athleticism, but he's got that work ethic and that drive, and he loves to practice. He loves to compete. So I'm not surprised at all from that standpoint, him coming in and the staff being like, okay, this kid can play. Now, Cass Jones is going to be involved as well. I meant to mention him earlier. He actually had a touchdown on Saturday doing their practice / scrimmage, you know, whatever it was. So he's a guy who's going to carry the load a little bit. Dylan Bell is going to, you know, be in the mix at running back as well. So they don't need Bo Walker to step in and help immediately. He could give them that option, but they don't necessarily need him to. But it would surprise me if you got, you know, a handful of carries that opening game, especially if some of the guys in front of him, right, the 2 bowling ball backs, if they can get healthy, I expect them, you know, to maybe get a carry before Bo Walker. Right now, I still think Chauncey Bowens could, and maybe Dwight Phillips Jr. could, but they got to watch out because apparently Bo Walker is turning heads, and he's a guy that if they need to, could step in and I think could really help them out day one if they needed him to. I don't think they will, but you never know, right? This is still a long off season. Injuries happen, especially at running back. And I think the staff is really happy, really pleased with how he has, you know, started his freshman season as an early enrollee at spring practice, and he's getting after it. And I think the buzz is for real. The hype is more than I think what he was getting. out of high school, and one of the many freshmen who are really impressing and kind of turning some heads right now. He's still got some developing to go. I mean, so does everyone else, right? He's got to work on being more, in shape. He's still got to hit that conditioning mark the staff wants him to, but I think he might be close. And I think come September, he could be even closer. But the wide receivers are very good from what I'm hearing behind the scenes. Still a lot of developing to do, but just firsthand, the talent, easy to see. So this freshman class, I do think, when we look back on it, is going to be outstanding. And right now, Bo Walker, Elijah Griffin, Todd Robinson, those two tight ends, some of the wide receivers, and I expect more guys that I'm hearing a little bit more about as the spring moves along. Those names I'm sure will pop up everywhere soon, but Bo Walker looks like Georgia hit a home run, grand slam, hit the jackpot with that young man. Definitely a guy that Georgia fans need to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. You can read all of this and more over on Dawg Post, so make sure you're heading to the website. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.